Good evening, Rusk enjoyers. Hope you're alright, 'cause it's time for the 48-hour analysis. Basically, in this video, I'm going to look at the skins in the current Rust store and make comparisons to the previous Rust store skins to get a good idea in regards to how much will each of these skins sell by next Thursday, and then knowing that, we'll then question, are these skins still holding up to being perfectly fine investments? Are there any potential problems that you need to be aware of? So sit back, relax, I'm going to start yapping. Right, let's get started in the first 24 hours of sales for the very first Rust store of 2025. And well, that garage store, whoosh, that has just gone like insane. That is looking to be potentially a skin that sells quite a lot. Now, I could see that when I was doing the predictions, and I was a bit hesitant because, well, how many garage stores do we have accepted in 2024? Yeah, a lot, and the majority of them were not holding up very well. Of course, whilst it's very in demand at the moment, we are well aware if there's potentially far too many of them that are in circulation, and then we do start seeing more and more interesting garage doors appear, whether they are in Rust stores or given away as Twitch drops. That is definitely looking to be a little bit troublesome. So we'll talk more about that in a bit. Legacy Kevlar Backpack, not the most insane sales for the first 24 hours of sales we've seen with backpacks, which is fine. But I'm also not surprised considering we already have blackout backpacks. So, okay, fair enough. We'll talk more about that a bit later. Another thing I'd like to talk about is the Harbour Seal Hammer. Not exactly selling that much. 6,000 subscribers with the first 24 hours of sales. What makes you say that, Hedge? Well, don't worry, I'll explain. I have a nice comparison to show to you. So yeah, overall, as I said in my Rust rotation video and in my predictions video, the Rust store, it's fine. But I kind of looked at it and made a suggestion of this looks like it was pre-planned. This looks like it was probably pre-planned a good few weeks before, we even started having the Christmas Rust stores. Face Punch obviously went away for a while. Maybe next week is a little bit better. We'll see, Okay, so let's now hop over and take a look at the current sales. Here we are. Things have progressed quite nicely. Now, it's not exactly 48 hours, it's actually like 50 at the moment, but hey, you really shouldn't notice that much of a difference. Anyway, we usually look at the first 24 hours of sales to get a good idea of where things end up at. Right, so yes, with the first 50, with the first 50 hours of sales, I mean, you're already seeing the garage store go over 23,000 subscribers. This is easily doing over 30,000, but where exactly is it actually going to reach by Thursday? Well, okay, we'll talk more about that in a bit. Yeah. Backpack, you're doing all right. And then when we look at it compared to all the other backpacks, it's definitely not the lowest selling backpack. We know that for sure. But you might want to mainly compare it to the Blackout Backpack, which, by the way, at the moment, starting to go down in price. More listings are starting to appear. Who'd have guessed? So, yeah, that's going on. And, yeah, across the board, sales, not exactly as insane compared to the 2024 Force Wipe Rust store. That did absolutely absurd sales across the board. This one, only the garage door and maybe the backpack look as if they're doing like pretty good. So, all right, fair enough then. Let's now talk about these skins specifically based on current sales and try and figure out how much they're going to sell by next Thursday. Mystic Tree Garage Door. I've shown this off in game, and if you haven't seen it for yourself, please consider watching my Rust rotation video where I show off all the skins. Remember, everything is chaptered. And that garage door does look very nice. The reflection with the gold and whatnot, it looks cool. And I'm not surprised people are liking it a lot. But with the amount of sales that we're seeing, I'm very, very skeptical with its future. So just to reiterate this, last year, record-breaking amount of garage doors introduced to the game in a single year. That, of course, includes Twitch drops, which, by the way, we had a lot of very interesting designs for Twitch drops last year, so do not be surprised if that happens all over again. Just pointing that out. Anyway, so if we do see a very similar amount this year, I'm instantly worried for it. Number one, sitting at $3. Number two, it's looking like it's going to be doing an absurd amount of sales. Let's go ahead and try and figure that out right now. So, this had 16,642 subscribers after the first 24 hours of sales. Is there anything I can compare to in the past? Well, my first thought was maybe if I go back to when we had the very in-demand backpacks and the blackout burlap. But they actually sold quite considerably more. And I'm looking and I'm like, I don't think I have anything that's going to instantly compare to it. The best shout that I have is probably the hard suit backpack, but even then, that still doesn't match up perfectly. So I'm looking around, I'm trying my best to get a good comparison, but honestly, it's probably going to be just the hard suit backpack. So hopping back over to here, hard suit backpack, when were you accepted? Cool, it must have been like the 14th of November. Is that correct? No, it was the Complete the Sets Rust store. You literally talked about this recently anyway. That did 31,000 plus subscribers. I'm pretty sure this garage door is doing more than that. But where's it going to land? I don't fully know. But I could probably easily sit here and tell you right now, with it currently sitting here at 23,500 subscribers almost, that's easily doing more than 31,000 subscribers. So I'm going to sit here and say, with a very rough estimate, I believe this would probably be doing between 33 to 38,000 subscribers. I don't see it selling up to about 40,000, but at the end of the day, a $3 garage door selling about that much is pretty absurd. I think there's far too much quantity in comparison to actual genuine demand. Well, I should point out with the player counts that we're seeing at the moment, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people did buy it because they actually genuinely wanted it. All right, cool. But we're not seeing this amount of people playing forever. No, this is a very awesome thing to see, but it's not going to stick around with February and March and April. Maybe February, because that's when they're going to introduce the primitive game mode. Maybe just for the first Force Wipe weekend. But inevitably, kids are going to focus school. People are going to focus work. We're going to see less people playing over the course of the Easter time. And unfortunately, this is expected to drop off in price. So 33 to 38,000 subscribers, and I'm concerned about it. But at the end of the day, if you like the skin, if you think it looks cool, by all means, buy one for yourself. Appreciate it. Adore it. But like I said, don't be surprised if there's some more interesting garage doors that appear very soon. So just pointing it out. Right, okay then, so we have a very rough estimate for the likes of that, but what about this Legacy Kevlar Backpack? Right, so not selling too crazily, which is totally fine. Let's now hop back over to here. This did just about 11,000 subscribers after the first 24 hours of sales. Now, if I were to just, try and find something that can compare to it quite nicely, I mean, there is Commando Kilt right there. There is Commando Kilt. And then we do see, well, I was thinking maybe one of the hazmats, but backpacks I meant to say. But it looks like Commando Kilt is going to be the answer. So let's go back and take a look at you. Commando Kilt, you're accepted very randomly for the December 5, 2024 Rust Door. Yes, indeed you were. And, well, you ended up with 24,000 subscribers. That actually seems like a perfectly reasonable amount. It does. Are you going to reach that? I think you can. I think I'm going to generalize it and go 22 to 25,000 subscribers. Now we question, this backpack, if you're going to do that amount, is everything going to be all right in the world? I don't think so. So, with the arrival of this, obviously this has suffered a fair bit. More listings have appeared. Well, right now, we are currently looking at this on the Steam market with 350 free quantity. Now, that is actually a little bit less compared to what we saw on the day of the Rust rotation. Obviously, there's a lot of reaction when we saw the Legacy Kevlar Backpack in the brand new Rust Door. But I don't think the Blackout's completely doomed. Most Blackout skins do a very good job of retaining their value. People appreciate and adore the Blackout collection. But I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, if that's still going to do a decent job of retaining interest and its value, I worry more about the Legacy Kevlar Backpack. Which, by the way, should point out, Legacy Kevlar, it's doing all right at the moment, and throughout the past year or so, it's been doing okay. But there's plenty of Blackout alternatives. Will there be more than just this Legacy Kevlar Backpack? Well, let me remind you, if you go to the workshop, yes, you might notice that there's actually a black gold backpack that was submitted quite recently. There you go. And I just can't help but assume we'll be seeing even more interesting, notable black backpacks potentially in the future. Point made? Yes, I'm pretty sure you're well aware that we're very likely to be seeing some more black backpacks in the future. And the Legacy Kevlar one, while sure brand new and interesting right now, what happens when we see more and more and more? Blackout, I can see doing a good job retaining its interest and its value. But the Legacy Kevlar one, so 25,000 subscribers potentially, that could lead to some problems. Just pointing that out. All right, so by all means, if you wanted to buy one for yourself and you have a full set of Legacy Kevlar, then yeah, sure. Support that skin creator, keep them nice and motivated, keep put nice creative designs in the future. But yeah, I think you're better off with just sticking with a barter on that one. Right, let's move on. Abyss Thompson, a $3 skin. Now, I did sit here and say in my predictions video, my Rust rotation video, do not be surprised this probably drops down to around $1.50 to $2. I fully expect that. I do anticipate that potentially happening. But how much are you going to sell? Maybe that could definitely influence the price of it and whatnot. All right, let's go give that a quick look then. So hopping back over to here. You did just about 9,500 subscribers after the first 24 hours of sales. Cool. Now, as I look over to here and try and find something to compare to, nothing there. What about if I go to here? I'm looking. We do have the Cybercore at 10,200, which is close-ish. We do have the large hazmat backpack. That's also close-ish. But I think the best thing we can use to do a nice little comparison might be the Metallic Beast. Right, so Metallic Beast rug, you may recall, an interesting bearskin rug. When were you accepted? God, was it like the November 7? It's quite some time back. It happened just after Halloween. There we go. Right, that did just over 20,000 subscribers. That did sell a fair bit more compared to Thompson. So I am making a consideration, and I'm thinking, you know what? I could look at this Thompson and say between 18 to 21,000 subscribers, I believe it'll land on. Okay, that's not too bad. Now I'm going to go ahead and quickly remind you about the previous Abyss weapons we've had. So the AK, that did 13,000 subscribers back in late 2023, and, well, you might notice it's doing pretty all right. The Abyss collection, as a whole, people do seem to appreciate it. It's a fairly in-demand collection. It's a cool-looking set. The deplorables look awesome. The clothing and armour, they are appreciated. All right, that's nice to see. Now, of course, when we saw the Abyss SAR being accepted, I fully expect the exact same behaviour we saw for the AK happening to the SAR, and lo and behold, that's exactly what happened. I've already had a bit of a talk about this in one of my previous post-Christmas videos. Go look on my YouTube if you want to go see that for yourself. But yeah, this turned out exactly as expected, and I'm pretty much in the same seat with the Thompson. I fully believe the Thompson will drop off like this, end up at a low point at some point around March and April, but then as we approach the summer, boop, goes up in price. That is the expectation. That is what I'm anticipating. So, all right, 18 to 21,000 subscribers would be more than the SAR. However, with the future of it, I can still seeing it have a nice turnaround. So think of it what you will. By all means, if you like it, buy it for yourself. But I do believe you could pick up a bunch of these with a cheaper buy order. It is abnormal, so we can race after that next Wednesday night. Cool. Now we can talk about the Harbour Seal Hammer. So back over to here, looking at the Harbour Seal Hammer, that did 6,000 subscribers. So why am I surprised with these sales? Well, literally just like, 2 weeks ago, we had the Gingerbread Hammer. That did 7,000 subscribers. Now, of course, that was the first hammer skin to be accepted after 6 months, so maybe a lot more people interested. Fair enough. But that has sold how much again? We'll find out in a second. Whereas this over here, first 20,000 sales, that did 1,000 less. So let's just see, do we have anything that we can compare to? I mean, right there, I do see the Rust Christmas double door at 5,700, but let's go to a non-holiday Rust store. Let's go see if we can find something here. I'm looking around. We have the Popstar AK there at 6.3 thousand. I'm looking. Well, we've got Glacial Visage sleeping bag right there at 5,992. I guess that might be a perfectly reasonable thing to compare to. Go then. Complete the sets Rust store, pretty please. Right, so how much did that sell? That sleeper bag did 13,849 subscribers. So I think we could probably sit here and say 13 to 15,000 subscribers is perfectly reasonable. Yep, I'll go ahead and say that. So I'm looking at this hammer, and I'm sitting here and saying 13 to 15,000 subscribers. I'm also quickly hopping back and take a look at that hammer right there. That obviously did about 16,000. At the moment, it's one of the only, it's one of few Christmas skins here that you can see is still retaining its value. Now, if I can remember the buy orders, this has buy orders gone all the way up to about $1.70 on the day when we did the price suggestions and whatnot. I think I said this is expected to probably go down to around $1.50, so you could probably do 90 cents to $1.30. A lot of people did follow that. We'll see how this turns out once we reach around the springtime. But for this Harbour Seal Hammer, I'm thinking that's looking like it's in a perfectly fine spot. Now, the question is, will we see any more hammer skins being produced and accepted in 2025? Or are we going to see the Harbour Seal Hammer end up like the Easter Chick Hammer? Almost $7 at the moment, all right? Went from $1.99 to almost $7. Pretty cool, pretty good, yes. So it's up for debate. At the end of the day, if you like it, go ahead, buy it for yourself. It's not abnormal. So on Wednesday night, we're going to have to make a consideration. Do you truly believe we are definitely going to see some more hammer skins being accepted in Rust stores in 2025? Well, you might want to just stick with doing a buy order. But if you truly believe it won't happen, if you truly believe it's definitely not going to happen for sure, that's the only skin we're getting accepted all of this year, then by all means, go buy some. But don't buy tons of them. Don't go all in. That would be a little bit too reckless. This very likely will still go below its Rust store price. But as time goes on, will we see some more Harbour Seal skins? Oh, that would be pretty interesting, won't it? A double door. Double door with his gigantic face and gigantic eyeballs. Yes. I mean, that would be pretty cool. So we'll see what happens next. But overall, it's an interesting spot. 13 to 15,000 subscribers isn't that ridiculous. So cool. We'll leave it at that. Pie box. What a wonderful day for pie. So, yeah. I questioned this. I thought, okay, this is pretty ridiculous. This is pretty goofy. This is pretty funny. Is that going to hold up nicely simply because it's pie? It doesn't glow in the dark or anything, so it's not like functionally helpful. But still, it's it's pie. It's pie. Role players? Anyone? Anyway, let's go ahead and talk about what this will likely lead to with the sales next Thursday. 5,200 subscribers. I'm over to here. I'm looking. Well, that did 5,300. We can take that into consideration. What about over to here? 5,200. We do have the Bird of Luck crossbow there, 5,300. I'm looking. We've got Nucrum there. Okay, so it's looking like I'm probably going to look at the Bird of Luck crossbow. We do have Neon Bismuth sheep in the door there as well, 5,400. Okay, yeah, well, let's go ahead and do a bit of a mix. So hopping back over to here, 5,200. I'm going to look at the roster over here. We have the Sheep with the Door with 13,000 subscribers. And what was the Bird of Luck? Were you the 28th? I think you're the 28th. Yeah, no. Cool. Were you a Complete the Set skin? No. Were you December 5th? There you are. 11,000. 11,000 to 13,000 subscribers probably isn't too bad. No? Okay, that's fine. Right. So, looking at you, questioning you. I mean, I probably am going to stick with doing a buy order. Take a look at all the small boxes we've seen, and yeah, over the past year, we've had some interesting acceptances, but right now, how many of them are currently in the positive? So, yeah, fair enough. Okay, that's a perfectly reasonable amount, but at the end of the day, I don't think people would care about pie forever. By all means, if you like it, you go buy yourself some pie. But if you truly believe it's going to be a perfectly fine investment, well, yeah, you're still probably better off sticking with a buy order. At the end of the day, will there be a lot of small box skins potentially accepted this year? Well, I'm not sure if we're going to see another collection again. I don't think that'll be happening, but hey, you never know. We have no idea. Face punch decide. So, all right, we'll leave it at that. Tire, bandana, and poncho. Right, hopping back over to here. So these did 4,500 subscribers each. And if I could just go back over here, I literally saw a very good comparison. Ultramarine Tier 3, 4,500 basically. So that came out on November 14, and away I go, back over to here. These reached to 10,600 each. Yeah, 10,600 subscribers each. I'm going to say between 10 to 11,000 subscribers for both the Tire Primitive clothing. That seems to be a perfectly fine amount. The question is, will we see more Tire Primitive skins being produced? Has anyone actually asked? Let's go ahead and find out. So I'm looking at the comments. I don't see that happening there. And over to here, do we see mentions of a continuation? I don't think there's any confirmation. Let me tell you, I wouldn't be surprised if he does continue it. Maybe not immediately, but eventually. I'm sure we'll see maybe like a hat. I'm sure we'll see maybe some burlap clothing or something. I would anticipate it. Just not immediately. But I don't know. Wine on J is pretty quick and, pretty creative with his choices of skins and whatnot. I'm pretty sure he could cook something very interesting for the other skins. Tire hide boots, tire gloves, I don't know, but we'll find out. So, yeah, that is abnormal. But even then, by default, bandanas, ponchos over the past year or so, not exactly super reliable. We'll see what the sales look like next Wednesday, then we'll make considerations. They are both abnormal. We can consider prices and then chase after them. Minicopter SMG, let's go ahead and give you a good look. So, hopping back over to here, we can see this did just about 3,000 subscribers. I'm pretty sure we have something that we can compare to there. This might be a bit of a problem. We do have those tools there at 2,800 and 2,900. We do have the Tank Armor SAR as well. You know what? That's probably okay. So if I go back to the Complete the Sets, you can see that these tools, by the end of the week, they did 6,000 subscribers. And then for the very next roster, we saw that SAR do 7,000 subscribers. So 6,000 to 7,000 subscribers is a perfectly fine consideration. But that right there, even then, custom SMGs and that design, I just don't think it's going to get that far. I'm pretty sure that'll go down in price. But what is the cheapest custom SMG? I've got to quickly find this out. See, like, they only go down to like $1.20. So maybe we don't want to do a 60 cent to 80 cent barter, but I'll leave that for me to consider on Wednesday. So yeah, that's still very likely to go down to cheap. Maybe we'll see some more Minicopter skins being produced. We shall see. But custom SMGs, they have not performed very nicely throughout all of 2024, and I have doubts. So leaving it at that. And considering this is like literally almost the same amount of sales, I'm going to say this is 6,000 to 7,000 subscribers as well. The Heritage SAR, a perfectly fine, interesting Norse-themed design, but I don't think it's for everyone. I know, based on how people behave and whatnot, I don't think they're going super crazy for it, quite literally, as you can see with the sales. But if we do see a continuation and whatnot, okay, that might be cool, but even then, I don't think that SAR's changing that much. Also, take into consideration, right now it's post-Christmas 2025, with a lot of people playing at the moment. How are all the SAR skins currently holding? Oh, no. 1, 2, 3. Out of all of the 2024 skins, there's 27 in total. There are some Twitch drops and whatnot. Only 3 of them are in the positive. So, are you feeling confident? Yeah, there we go. So, point made, I guess. That will be a 60 cent to 80 cent barter. Very sorry to say, but yeah, you get the idea. Right, so we've basically got all the estimates all figured out. They will be written in the description of this video, so you can go ahead and take a look there if you happen to forget. Now, let's talk about, progress with the sales and whatnot. So, it is Saturday. It is evening time, and right now I'm currently looking at just over 200,000 people currently playing at the moment. Cool. It's perfect. I'm certainly not going to complain. All right. So this was what we're hoping for. This is what we're looking at. I do question though, will the February force wipe be pretty big as well? Considering, as I said a little bit earlier, that's when they're going to introduce the primitive update. I'm pretty sure there'll be a lot of very curious people, at least for the first week. But you got to understand, kids will be focusing school, and they will be, there will be people focusing work. They have to. Right. Anyway, so over to here. Quick refresh. Skins have changed. Oh, look, is that a buyout? Yep. A lot of this has been happening recently. So with a lot of skins going back and forth, tons of sales because a lot of people are playing, it seems like the manipulators are making moves and buying out a lot of very random skins. Now, when was this accepted? At the very least, I can point out this appears to have been made back in 2019. Shadow of Death collection. So yeah, these manipulators would buy out very random skins from years ago, and then when people hardly notice what's going on, bam! Suddenly there's a ton of builders all over to here, matching up to the prices over to here, and it might be listed at $10. But remember, all the builders on the top are the manipulators involved as well. So, all right, fair enough. Blackout, yep, still there. No Mercy, Oof, how you doing? Now, this was expected. We knew that as we would see more and more backpacks being introduced, there would be the inevitable issue of people getting panicky, and, that certainly isn't doing a very good job of retaining its value right now, is it? No. Oh, who would have guessed, huh? Who would have guessed? Well, there you go, that's happening. So, this is what it's like right now during post-Christmas. How low will that go once we reach April time? How low will that go when we are looking at it, during Easter? Is that going to go down to $1.50? Is it going to go even lower? Well, we shall see. So yeah, that was inevitable. It's doing a good job retaining most of its value right now, but yeah, still gone down in price. So yeah, oh dear. Dragon rocket launcher. This is a very interesting depical. What's the right word to say? Point I'm trying to get across is, this right here very likely could reappear in a Rust store next month. All right? Dragon Rocket Launcher was introduced in Lunar New Year 2024, but for Lunar New Year 2025, are we going to see it return? Because last year was the year of the dragon. This year is now the year of the snake. Are we going to see the Dragon Rocket Launcher being reintroduced simply because, dragons, Lunar New Year, Chinese mythology, it just makes sense? Okay. Or was that made specifically for the Year of the Dragon, and we're now instead going to see some sort of special snake-themed weapon skin of some sort? I still don't know what that'll be, but do you understand what I'm saying? So, Dragon Rocket Launcher, do you own one? And will you hold on to it and hope to see it not being brought back? Or are you going to sell it now whilst it's currently selling at $13, which appears to be its all-time high price? Is that correct? Yes, it is. So choices. But that would be an interesting thing to consider buying from the Rust store, I guess. Yeah, we shall see. Have you been looking at the Reptile Hunter collection and making considerations whether to invest into it now that we have confirmation of the jungle biome? Have you looked at night clothing and armor? Well, more specifically, night hoodie and pants. We know we're getting a special night DLC with the primitive game mode next month, but yeah. Have you been making some considerations? Because I'm pretty sure... Oh, look, I've noticed it now. There you go. Someone's just bought out all the stock for this. Oh, there you go. Someone's bought out all the stock of the Knights Templar hoodie and pants. Yeah, there you go. Yep. Not surprised. This was expected. So, yeah, if you happen to own some of these, wait until next month and then, sweet, delicious profit. So, yeah, cool. All right, so a lot of interesting things currently going on with the post-Christmas Rust Steam market, I should say. Sorry, there, brain no work good. Bleh. I've been constantly listing skins like crazy. Please understand, I've neglected sleep. All I think about is trying to make more and more listings. I need help, but my word, the profits, oh, they're so delicious. Oh, yes. In fact, I probably made a little bit more now. Oh, I've made $30 whilst recording this. Oh, yes. Actually, I've made 40. Yippee! All right, cool. So let's just quickly flick back and take a quick look at some of these Rust stores over the past 4 weeks. So yeah, the December 4-swipe Rust store, all the skins pretty much doing pretty good. That Beauty Industry double door has been doing wonders this post-Christmas. People have absolutely adored it, and I'm kicking myself because I forgot to buy some. I was considering it. I probably have only bought 20 of them, but yeah, no, that worked out perfectly fine. Who'd have guessed? People who play Rust happen to love catgirls. I should have thought about this better. Now, the Desert Nomad backpack's been a bit of a surprise. That's actually getting bought out quite a fair bit as well. Again, right now, it probably doesn't have anything that can compare to it, but give it time, all right? There will be more brown backpacks. That's an inevitability. So, all right, cool. Nice to see it. If you happen to own some of these, I probably would take the sales, take the profit right now if you can, but that's up to you. Commando's still holding up quite nicely. We are well aware that the boots and gloves were submitted quite recently. The funny thing is, though, the backpack was accepted instead of the boots and the gloves. Legacy Kevlar. Kosa makes both of them, so just putting it out. Oh, dear. Maybe it'll be accepted in the future. We shall see. Cybercore, I've already talked about that in the video I uploaded earlier today, so if you consider watching this, Cybercore was one of the skins I made mention about. Basically, it came out at the exact same time we had the Oil Rats and Rikolov Twitch drop, the MP5. That Twitch drop had better aim sight, and yet that Cybercore MP5 still sold quite a lot, and right now it's actually doing a very good job. It's in the positive by quite a fair bit. Will we see more Cybercore skins being accepted? We'll see. Protector Sheepman the Double Door doing a very good job there. Sheepman the Double Door selling at $3.49, and yet right now it's selling at $5. Bird of Luck Crossbow, it's evens, good, cool. Danger Zone sleeping bag down a bit in price, unfortunate, but I am well aware that there was a continuation produced very, very recently. There you go, the armored door, cool. And unfortunately, otherworldly furnaces down in price. Furnaces. Now the Christmas skins. Again, not surprised to see that they're down in price. Christmas has come and gone. Are you surprised? I was warning you. I was telling you. But yeah, I'm pretty sure you're well aware. I looked at all the bilders and every single skin, and I have seen them go down. I have actually bought a bunch of these lockers already. I'm kind of surprised by that. They've gone down to just over $1. But at the end of the day, how low will it go? And then afterwards, once we're past springtime, how nicely will it rise up in price? Will it behave exactly like the fridge? Or will it probably only go up a fair bit? At the end of the day, I've been buying a bunch of these at what? I think I'm the 88-cent builder. I think I am. I'm fine with that. I know that'll go back up to a higher price in anticipation to next year's Christmas. Polar Bear Rock, how are you doing, buddy? You're a cute animal and people adore you. But, well, yeah, looks like you're starting to slip. It's unfortunate, but yeah, you can't escape the dreaded, spring dip, the Easter dip. But, yeah, you're a Christmas skin. But guys, keep an eye on him. All right, next Christmas, keep an eye on him. Over to here, looking at the second week of Christmas skins again. We pointed out Anime Christmas Door. She is doing a good job retaining her price for now. What are we going to see for Valentine's? What do you reckon? I wouldn't be surprised if we get some lovely seasonal anime manga theme skins potentially in the future. It's up to the skin creator. Of course, he's recently posted that brand new large box, so all right, that's something to look forward to. But across the board, oh wow, look, Christmas Eve box has already gone down to $1.50. We were questioning this, weren't we? We're like, well, last year, the 2023 Christmas large box only went down to like $1.50, but this is already at this point. Oh no, but could you go even lower, or are these Bardas going to hold up quite strong? We'll see. It's a perfectly fine, awesome-looking Christmas skin, but it's not Christmas for another 11 or so months now, is it? So, oh yeah, the double door's gone down a price. Yeah, that backpack actually holding up its price. People do appreciate the Snowman backpack. It appears, perhaps the people with the white clothing and armor, maybe that is their go-to option. Probably. I wouldn't be surprised. So, yeah, you're doing good. Good stuff there, Snowman. And, yeah, all the other skins, unfortunately, they've gone down a price. And then, of course, last week's skins, yeah, they're already going down a fair bit. This is still retaining its price, but yeah, the weapons, not too surprised. Wooden door, very not surprised. That is still okay at the moment. That's starting to slip. That bolt action rifle, I still think it looks very cool. So we'll see if that holds up nicely. Bardas are reasonable, but overall, it is all starting to slip a fair bit, so it is what it is. Right, so yeah, guys, best of luck to you and your newer investments, because you probably sold everything by now. Maybe you just want to wait until March, April time to make considerations for new investments, or maybe you still want to put some Bardas down in the meantime and whatnot. But yeah, overall, I still would not be surprised if all of these skins that you see here right in front of us, if at one point they all go down in price. How low will that be? Don't know. Maybe the hammer's always going to be all right. As I said, if we don't see any more hammer skins being accepted for a very long time, he's going to have a very interesting future. But all these other skins here, they're still vulnerable. Sorry to say. But, of course, you want to hear these things because I've seen it all happen many, many times in the past. And, unfortunately, these things repeat themselves. You might have noticed I repeat a lot of the things, but that's just what Rust skin investing is. It just repeats over and over again. If you just keep track of things, you'd realise, oh, hang on a minute, I know exactly how this is going to go. Well, there you go. So, yeah, go look in your inventories, make considerations for things you want to sell, and go get those sweet, delicious profits whilst you can. It's not going to be like this forever. But at the moment, perfect time to consider making some sales. Oh, I've just made some more. Yippee!